So today we're going to do a little bit more advanced boxing drills, just stuff to get your mind going a little bit more and get your hands and get your breathing going a little bit more. What we're going to concentrate today a lot on is breathing whilst you're punching. Today's warm-up is going to be very simple. All you need is just an object on the ground. We've put the pad on the ground, but you can put anything. It could be a glove, it could be a plate, I don't care what it is. All we're doing is working around it. So what we're essentially doing is that's our opponent, and we're working around our opponent with our shadow boxing. Left shoulder, left toe, always pointing at the object as you're punching and throwing your shots, and moving off in the direction in line with your opponent. Whether you're going to the left or right, you're always sticking, pointing to your opponent. All right, so I've got Jacob here, and he's going to be demonstrating how to do this. So remember, the mark on the ground is your opponent, you're working around it. Off you go, Jacob, you can start shadow boxing around it. Very important to concentrate on your breathing when you're doing this. Every punch that you go is meeting that center target. You can create your angles from here, and you can move any which way as long as your front foot and your shoulders always pointing at your opposition. That's exactly what we're looking for. So, I want 3 rounds of this shadow boxing. What I want you to do is try to keep a nice distance away from the pad, using your range, using your length, also your breathing. Also when you go into your body shots, remember to drop that knee down and get that lunge action going, good. And also your squat action when you go into the body with the jab, and so on and so forth. Keep yourself breathing, keep yourself fast, sharp and relaxed. Once you've done your 3 rounds, rest up and we'll move on to the next 3 rounds. Alrighty guys, now we're warmed up, we've done our work around the pad. Now what we're going to do is we're going to either put a mat on the ground or even just get a bit of sticky tape and go outside on the concrete and draw a line with a bit of a crayon. What we need is an area roughly about 500 by 500, same sort of place where the opponent's going to be. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the shadow boxing again, but we're going to be moving onto the pad in order to throw a punch. If your foot is not on the pad or in the area that's on the ground, you're not allowed to throw a punch, you need to move your feet, okay? So if your hands aren't working, your feet are. If your feet are working, your hands are staying tight. So we've got Jacob here, will give you an idea. So with shadow boxing, your foot has to be on the pad in order to throw the punch. Once you finish punching, you've got to get off the mat as quick as possible. After doing a round of the shadow boxing on the outside and working your way on the mat in order to punch, now you're going to keep your foot on the mat, walking around, and explosive coming out and throwing punches. Jacob will show you what we mean. So we're staying on the pad and then just pushing off with punches. Good. What we're trying to do is imagine you're on a hot coal. You want to get off it as fast as you can and counter with some shots. Once you do a round of that, then you can do both. You can stay on the outside, come in on a couple of punches, imagine you're on hot coal, get off as quick as you can, and finish those punches off. So 1 round, you're on the outside, stepping in, making the fight happen. Second round, you're on the inside, and you're coming out. And then the 3rd round, you can mix that up a little bit of both. That'll be your next 3 rounds, so that means you're 6 rounds in now. Alright guys, so last time we were on the bobbing and weaving, I showed you how to go back and forth with shots. Most importantly, in order to move to your right, you finish with the right, you step with the right. And in order to move to the left, you punch with the left, you step with the left, you move to the left. But there is a bit of a difference now. I'm going to show you what it means when you go to the body. So when you go into the body, if you're on your left side, you can go with the right. It's actually quite the opposite. So if you're punching to the body, when you're moving to your left, you throw a right hand. And same as if you're moving to your right, you can throw a left to the body. I'll give you an illustration of this straight on so you get a better view. So last time we were finishing punches and then rolling under and then finishing with the right hand and stepping side. What I want to show you is that you could go left, right, hook, And as going under now, I could throw a hook to the body and come back up. Or on this side, go left hook, right, and as I come through to my right side, I could throw a body shot back in. So just remember, it's the opposite when you go into the body because you're transferring your body weight, allowing you to give a nice strong body shot on the way through. So Jacob's going to show you what I mean by going to the body. Try to keep yourself fluent when you're doing this and make sure you're transferring your body weight because that's where the power is going to come in. Jacob? Perfect. Alright guys, so now I've showed you how to bob and weave, I've showed you how to go to the body, I've showed you how to go back and forth. Now what we're doing is we're going to make the cross happen. So the way that works is you're going to come across on a 45-degree angle and cut an angle. Same as what we've done the X's on the ground over there, now we're actually going to bob and weave underneath the punch. To give you an illustration, Jacob's going to go under my right hook and he's going to cut the 45-degree angle that we're going to show you on this. So if Jacob comes here and he throws a jab, I throw a hook, he cuts the 45-degree and turns off and he's on a new angle. We're going to do that right now. Watch. Alright guys, so you're moving up, you're getting under, 1, 2, rolling, and now we're going to cut a 45-degree angle with our front leg. We're going to step under, turn off. The rope's still on my shoulder here. 1, 2, you side step under, he throws the hook, you step, turn. 1, 2, under, step, turn. 1, 2, under, step, turn. Hands always up, talking on the telephone. Guys, have fun with this, alright? Think about the game, think about fighting, think about actually bobbing and weaving under punches. It'll help you get under a lot easier. Also transfer body weight. Jacob's going to give you about a minute worth of just bobbing, weaving, getting through a couple of angles, showing you some side steps and stuff like that. So just watch, see what you can pick up on. Jacob? Alright guys, so now we're going to move on to the next thing. I call it punch like popcorn. Quick explanation is no one knows when the popcorn's going to pop. It just happens. That's how you need to be throwing punches. If you throw punches in rhythm all the time, the opponent knows when the next punch is going to come, so they catch, cop, and then they'll block and expect that next shot. What I want you to do is punch off rhythm. So the first one to this exercise is getting someone to play a bit of a rhythm for you, and then you have to follow through with the punches. So Jakey, if you want to come across, and I'll just play a quick rhythm, and Jacob has to punch it. So it might be, it could be, it could be. Good. And now in between that, you've got time to either slip, bob, weave, catch, step back, whatever the case may be. So we'll play another rhythm. Have a look at this one. And what that does there is gets you to throw off rhythm and start making your brain think a little bit more when you're throwing those combos. Really, really good exercise. And now the last drill for today is throwing punches with different types of intensity. So you can't throw the jab at the same power as the right hand and vice versa, or a hook, a rip, an uppercut. What I want you to do is pick specific shots that are going to be hard and probably slower, and specific shots that are going to be fast to get a reaction in order to fill holes. For a quick example is if I'm standing here, I might just throw a quick jab to get a reaction, go nice and hard to the body, look for a rip or a hook and a right, just for an example. I might just flick a body shot, come hard on the right, check a hook. So what I want you to do the next couple of rounds is throw some shots that are probably at 30-40%, like as in speed and power, and then picking ones that you're going to throw a little bit harder, 60 to 80% power. You never ever throw 100%. So try this in your next 3 rounds and see how you go. Jacob will give you an example, the difference between a fast punch and a hard punch, and that also breaks it up into that, what I was talking about, popcorn and punching off rhythm. So you might go 1, 2, 1, bang, 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 for an example. Jacob. And time. Alright guys, once again, this is another really good drill. Get your footwork going. Mate, you can use anything. Grab some shoes that you got in the closet, spread them out, roughly about 1/2 metre apart in a half circle shape. And what you're going to do is you're going to make a home base cone, and from there you're going to come and attack your opponent, and then go back to home base. Come and attack your opponent, come back to home base, and so on and so forth. Keep changing your angles, and always remember that you change your angle from home base. So if Jacob was going to come at me from that angle, when he gets back to home base, he'll turn off and create a new angle going a new way, and in and out. Try to do 50 drills and have a rest, and then 50 again, have a rest, 50 again, have a rest. Jacob, give us an example. Perfect. Try that 50 times, see how your legs go. Another really good drill is to get your body weight to the target, throw your couple of punches and then back. So instead of punching from the target up to the cone, you move yourself up to the cone, covering the distance, and then punching and then moving back. Jacob? Alright, grab those same shoes, rearrange a bit of a circle. You are on the outside of the circle now, and you're coming in. This is the opponent. You attack, cut an angle and get out. Attack, cut an angle the other way and get out as fast as you can. Thank you. Perfect. And the last one for today is you are the target, you're getting attacked, you push them out, come back to home base. Cut an angle, push them out, come back to home base. Always remembering that your back foot's the one that turns, and then you push out, come back in, weight on the front foot, turn, push them out, come back in. Jacob? When you get to the witch's hat now, you can start throwing some punches.